First race coming up will be in about 5 minutes' time. We'll see the British Truck Racing Championship coming out onto the grid. Ryan Smith looking to make it 3 wins out of 3 in Division 1, and Jock Borthwick and Luke Garrett continuing their battle in the Division 2 trucks, which will start further back on the grid. First of all, though, our race interviewers in the paddock area caught up with some of the drivers a little earlier on.
Well, race ready down here at Pembrey Circuit with Steve Powell definitely wearing a different T-shirt to yesterday. Steve, good results yesterday, a few little incidents out there on the circuit. I believe you said you were starting in 4th position with the reverse grid today.
I think I am, yes. I finished 5th in the first race yesterday, so I think that puts me 4th on the grid, yeah.
So let's hope that makes sense. We're just waiting to go out. Many repairs to make after yesterday's incidents, shall we call them?
No, we had no incidents really, just a little bit of knock-in, but no, all good. The boys worked really hard last night, like being yesterday, and yeah, really looking forward to today as Sunday. So yeah, I think it'd be a good day. Yeah, the weather's exactly the same.
Exactly the same, identical. Fantastic.
Yeah, no, it'd be good. 2 results yesterday after Brands. We had 2 DNFs, so get another 3 in the back. They'll be very, very happy with it.
That's fantastic. No, so well, good luck today. Thank you very much for talking to us. And I'll speak to you. Well, on Monday. That'll be Monday. Yeah, thank you, Steve. Yeah, bye, Steve. Thanks very much. Right, let's have another wonder about just before the trucks go out. We can hear they're getting ready to get out for the first race of Sunday. Let's find just one more driver for you. Well, good morning and another fantastic day here at sunny Pembrey. Who'd have thought it, 2 days in a row. I'm here with Dave Jenkins, the number 69 digraph truck, and final preparations are being done for the race today. How did you feel yesterday went, first of all?
We had a tough day yesterday. I didn't perform properly in qualifying, made 2 very difficult races. The team worked tirelessly, supported me brilliantly. We had a better race in race 2, and then here we are now trying to take benefit of the reverse grid today.
Yeah, a lot of the drivers still not quite got their teeth into the process of the reverse grid, have they?
No, I think I could just about do that.
But I do think it's going to see some interesting races today. I mean, once those top 3 separated from the pack, it is quite difficult to catch them up, isn't it?
Yeah, we struggled yesterday. It felt like I was reverse grid racing yesterday, coming from P8 and P7. You know, but we got through the traffic. We made a bit of progress. So hopefully this morning, more of the same.
Yeah, again, fantastic racing conditions. Let's hope it stays. Of course, it could change any second. We've got to remember that.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Dave, thank you very much for joining us. Good luck in today's race, and let's hope we get you some silverware.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave, again. Right, let's hand back to Dave in the studio now and get out there on the circuit for some racing action.
Thanks very much, Pointy. Yes, we'll be hearing from Pointy and Ewan, our interviewers down in the paddock and Parc Fermé as the day goes on. Now, the grid for our first truck race today is based on the results of yesterday's race 1, but with the top 8 finishers reversed in each division. So Division 1, the more powerful trucks on the front of the grid. The 8th place finisher was Tom O'Rourke, number 86 in his MAN, so he starts on pole alongside the similar machine of number 81, Mark Taylor. Second row, the man we've just heard from, Dave Jenkins, as he said, had a slightly difficult day yesterday, hoping for better fortunes. He's on row 2 alongside Stephen Powell in the number 3. Row 3, number 89, Simon Reed with his Iveco, and number 18, John Newell with his MAN. Stuart Oliver, 10 times champion in his Volvo VNL, starts on row 4 in number 7, and yesterday's double winner wasn't headed in either race. Number 1, the 6-time consecutive champion, Ryan Smith, going for his 7th straight title this year in his Daimler Freightliner, starts on row 4. On row 5, 95, Ricky Collett and Bradley Smith, number 46, with a pair of MANs. The 6th row, 68, Craig Reed in his Iveco, the reigning Division 2 champion. And we should see number 92, Simon Faulkner, but he had some problems yesterday. Didn't appear for race 2 in his Iveco. He should be on row 6. And Michael Oliver, who also had problems yesterday, sadly, son of Stuart, number 12, should complete the Division 1 grid. Then there's a gap, and we've got the slightly less powerful Division 2 trucks. And it'll be Brad Smith at number 16. Yes, just to confuse us, we've got Brad and Bradley Smith. He'll be on pole in his DAF alongside number 10, Craig Evans, in an MAN. The Division 2 Championship leader coming into this round was John Powell, number 6, in his DAF after 3 wins in the opening round at Brands Hatch. But he had a few problems in race 2 yesterday. He starts alongside Luke Garrett, who won that second race yesterday. Then on the third row, 32, Jock Borthwick with his MAN. Number 14, John Bowler should be there. He had problems yesterday as well. And completing the grid, the Volvo White Aerodyne of number 5, Adam Bint. John Bowler had a gasket fail on his engine in the first race yesterday in his DAF, and parts had to be ferried down from his base up in Stockport in Cheshire. They didn't arrive in time for race 2 though, here in South Wales, and therefore he had to sit that race out. Hopefully we'll see him out here though, as the pace truck leads them out. It'll be a rolling start, 15-minute race. If you've not seen truck racing before, you really have got a treat coming up. These trucks just over 5 tons in weight, almost 1,000 horsepower from the most powerful trucks with these 13, 14 litre engines. Very special machinery out there indeed. There's Stuart Oliver, number 7, the black Volvo. There is Flying Ryan Smith, the number 1, looking for title number 7 this year. So Division 1 trucks come out onto track. I didn't see Stephen Powell, so hopefully he is there. Maybe just a bit late out of the assembly area. Simon Faulkner is there though, the red Iveco there. After some problems yesterday, he got flagged in race 1. He got the black and orange, there's Stephen Powell, he is there. He got the technical disqualification flag, Simon Faulkner. I think that was for emitting too much smoke during race 1, and didn't appear for race 2. John Powell is there, had a few problems in race 2, slowed up towards the end. It looks like John Bowler is there, yes, the Union flag liveried number 14 DAF. So he's managed to repair his engine. It looks like we've got a full complement. There's Adam Bint at the back in the Volvo. British Truck Racing Championship, one of the biggest crowd pullers on the UK's race circuits. Looks like we've got the full complement of 20 out there. There is John Powell. Lost his lead in the Division 2 points. It was Jock Borthwick who took the first race yesterday. Was looking set to make it a double, but lost out to Luke Garrett on the last lap of race 2. And there is Oxfordshire's Adam Bint, fan favourites for many years. Good to see plenty of you already watching and commenting on our live stream. Andy Seven says, good luck Flying Ryan. Jess Hatch supporting Luke Garrett in the number 42, the former 2-time Division 2 champion. His father Ross was a British champion as well. As they make their way towards the line. Now, Ryan Smith was never headed in either of yesterday's races, but he's got to do it from 8th on the grid this time. The reverse grid format shaking things up a little. 7 trucks in Division 2. It's the 5 finishers that are reversed, really, because we had a couple of non-finishers in race 1 yesterday, with John Bowler, number 14, and Adam Bint having a few problems. 14, John Bowler with the Union flag on that truck. Reminds me a little of the old Leyland Road train raced by Brian Garnett many years ago. Gertie, as she was known, which held the truck speed record at one time. These trucks are limited electronically to 100 miles an hour, and they are carefully checked by officials as well. If you are found to have exceeded 100 miles an hour, then you will be penalised. You can also be given penalties or disqualifications for emitting black smoke, as well as we saw Simon Faulkner yesterday. He got the meatball flag, as the drivers call it, black with the orange disc, and he had to be flagged into the pits as a result of that in race 1. So it's Tom O'Rourke on pole position in the MV Commercials MAN coming into this weekend. He was quite a way down in the points chart in Division 1. He was in 10th place. Started off in truck racing as a sponsor, then decided to have a go for himself, based in southern Scotland. Likewise, Mark Taylor, he started off as a sponsor as Ryan Smith through his business Taylor's Haulage. He's there in the 81 MN. They both had a couple of wins last year. Tom O'Rourke, I think, had just the 1 win. Second row of the grid, we have David Jenkins, a former champion in number 69. Had a big rivalry with Ryan Smith over the last few years. And then alongside him is Stephen Powell, number 3. The publican from Kent, lives just down the road from Brands Hatch. He was the 2020 Division 2 champion. Simon Reed heads the Reed Freight team, the two brothers in their Iveco Stralis trucks. Craig, his brother further back on the grid. Craig, the reigning Division 2 champion, moving up to Division 1 this year. Completing the third row, number 18, John Newell, had a pair of third places yesterday, the Yorkshireman, in his MAN. Behind Stuart Oliver and Ryan Smith in each race. Stuart Oliver, the 10 times British and 1-time European champion. Ryan Smith aiming to try and match Stuart's records one day, going for his 7th consecutive Division 1 title this year. Row 5, we've got Ricky Collett in the yellow number 95 MAN, the heavy haulage company boss from Yorkshire, long-time truck racer. Some of the heaviest and biggest loads you will see on Britain's roads, often handled by Collett's haulage. Bradley Smith alongside him, the youngest man on the grid, only in his early 20s. Racing trucks before he was old enough to have an HGV licence, because you don't need an HGV licence, believe it or not, to race trucks. You only need a standard racing licence. An ARDS licence of its own, the Association of Racing Driver Schools. And Bradley Smith in the number 46, his father Tony, an ex-truck racer as well. We did see one driver in recent years go straight from car to truck racing, Paul Rivette, the multiple Renault Clio champion. Had to go over the last couple of years, not in the championship this year though. Row 6 is Craig Reed, alongside Simon Faulkner, newcomer last year in the number 92. And Michael Oliver, son of Stuart, completing the grid in the number 12 MAN. We saw him in a Scania in Division 2 last season. Had some problems with the MAN, retired from both races yesterday, so hoping for better fortune here. Then there's a gap, and we've got the Division 2s as the pace truck leads them off for the rolling lap. Number 16, Brad Smith in the Midland Caliper Centre, Unity Recovery and Midland Truck Breakers sponsored DAF on pole there. Hasn't had the most successful of seasons so far this year, although he did lead home one race at Brands Hatch at the season opener, where John Powell took 3 wins. Craig Evans alongside him, number 10, third in the Division 2 points last year, through consistency more than out-and-out speed. Behind them, John Powell, number 6 in the DAF, and 42, Luke Garrett. It's good to have him back in the championship, contested the European Series last year. Jock Borthwick, the Scotsman, on row 3 of Division 2, the white number 32, had his first win of the season yesterday. And alongside him is John Bowler in the number 14, with Adam Bintz completing the 20 truck grid. Paul Kenny cheering on Jock Borthwick in this race, and we're told as well Jock had a tyre go down on his truck in the latter stages of race 2, which is why he lost the lead to Luke Garrett. Right, to Megan Bint, who's watching on, cheering on Adam. Thanks for all your comments so far. One comment asking how much power these trucks have. The quickest ones have close to 1,000 horsepower. Phenomenal machines. If you've not seen truck racing before, prepare to be amazed. Fling these machines around like they're rallycross cars. Pembrey, a popular venue for rallycross. Pace truck will pull into pit lane, and then the red lights will go out and we'll be underway. There's Adam Bint at the back of the field in his classic Volvo. Pace truck heads them along Speedway Straight up towards Carter's Curve, and then the final corner as Honda. Then it'll be the charge of the truck brigade into Hatchett's Hairpin. Tom O'Rourke and Mark Taylor in the 2 MANs. The MAN's numerically dominant in Division 1. We've got the Daimler Freightliner, the Volvo out there, the Ivecos as well. In Division 2, it's a mix of MANs and DAFs plus Adam Bint's Volvo. Pace truck is in pit lane. It's up to the front row to control the pace around Honda Curve. up towards the red lights, and when the red lights go out on the gantry, we will be underway. Time to go racing here at Pembrey Circuit. Race 3 of the weekend for the British Truck Racing Championship gets underway. Good start down the outside by Stephen Powell in the number 3. Tom O'Rourke and Mark Taylor side by side as they go into Hatchett's hairpin, the right-hander for the first time. Who's going to be latest on the brakes? Taylor's just got his nose in front. They're going to squeeze together as they go round the right-hander on the inside. Wait to see who's going to come out with the lead. David Jenkins switching towards the inside. He barrels up the grass on the inside as well. I think Jenkins a bit sideways there. Luke Garrett's got the lead meanwhile in Division 2. But who has come out of that with the lead in Division 1? It's Mark Taylor who's got the lead ahead of Tom O'Rourke. David Jenkins, a bit of a grassy moment there on the inside of the right-hander at Spitfires, and he's managed to hold it together in 3rd place. Luke Garrett leads Division 2. John Bowler's got away well. He's up into 2nd place from the 3rd row of the Division 2 grid. 2 bonneted trucks, Stuart Oliver and Ryan Smith nose to tail, chasing Simon Reed in the number 89. Watch for those two coming through. 2 all-time greats of the British Truck Racing Championship in the 7 and the 1, but it's the 81 that leads of Mark Taylor. Tom O'Rourke 2nd, David Jenkins 3rd, then Stephen Powell, John Newell and Simon Reed. Smith up the inside. Quite a rivalry developing with Stuart Oliver. Stuart sliding wide there through Honda Curve. Don't think there was any contact between the two, but Ryan Smith has made up 1 place. It's Taylor that leads ahead of O'Rourke and Dave Jenkins. It's MAN's out in front, the German machines. Swing through a Hatchett's hairpin for the 2nd time in this 15-minute race. David Jenkins is on the attack. He had a bit of a disappointing day yesterday. Didn't manage to find any top-end speed. He's challenging Tom O'Rourke for 2nd place, but already Mark Taylor is pulling away in truck number 81. Stephen Powell in 4th place in the number 3 has repaired a bit of bodywork damage to that truck from yesterday. That's Newell, Simon Reed, Ryan Smith, Stuart Oliver, Ricky Collitz, Michael Oliver and the rest of them. Dave Jenkins, a little bit of damage to his front bumper there. He had a bit of contact on the first corner. He tried to move up the inside to try and take the lead. It didn't work. He had to go onto the grass on the inside the right at Spitfires. They head round Brooklands corner. Tom O'Rourke is under real pressure now from Dave Jenkins, the man from Staffordshire, through Carter's, then up towards Honda for the 2nd time. Mark Taylor pulling away in the lead as everybody else starts to bottle up behind Tom O'Rourke for 2nd place. Over the line they go. The lead's already 2.5 seconds for Mark Taylor. Dave Jenkins dodging about to try to take 2nd place. I don't think he'll get round the outside at the hairpin. See the steam coming off the wheels, water-cooled brakes on these race trucks. Powell 4th. Then it's John Newell. Ryan Smith's got ahead of Simon Reed, so he's made up another place on his chase through from 8th on the grid. There's Craig Reed towards the back of the Division 1 trucks. Division 2 is being led by Luke Garrett ahead of John Bowler. He's running well, and Brad Smith in 3rd in Division 2. Timing screen showing that Ryan Smith hasn't come through. His transponder must not be working on the number 1 truck. He's there behind John Newell now, the number 18. So Ryan on his way up the order. Fighting back is Simon Reed in the number 89. There's a bit of bodywork goes flying there. There's been a bit of contact. That might be from Ryan Smith's truck. We'll wait and see as they head towards the end of the lap. Yes, he's clipped the back of John Newell there. You can see the right front corner is damaged. And on David Jenkins' truck there's a bit of damage as well. Round the right-hander at Honda Kerr. Mark Taylor still your leader, but the gap is up to 5.2 seconds now. In this 15-minute race, still got 11 minutes of it to go. Stephen Powell is up into 3rd. He's got ahead of Dave Jenkins. You can see the damage on the front of Jenkins' trucks. There's been a bit of rubbing in the midfield. Rubbing's racing, as they say. John Newell next in the order, then it's Ryan Smith. And there are the Division 2 leaders. Luke Garrett with John Bowler on his tail. John making up for lost points from yesterday, and running wide there, Simon Faulkner. That's a Division 1 truck. He must have a problem. He's slowing down. Through go the Division 2 drivers further back. Back of Division 1 there, Bradley Smith under fire from Craig Reed. Here comes the orange MAN of number 42, Luke Garrett, former champion in Division 2. He and John Bowler clear of the rest of the field. It's great to see that very patriotically liveried, hand-painted number 14 truck going well. John returning after a couple of years out of racing. Luke Garrett back in the British Series after racing on the continent last year. Sadly, the European Series doesn't visit the UK anymore. Here's the battle for second place. Good to see Stephen Powell going on, but he's under pressure from Dave Jenkins, trying to fight his way back into third place. Dodging about down the straight once again. He's going to the outside into the hairpin. Side by side for third place. But all this battling's allowing Mark Taylor to escape at the front of the field. Jenkins has done the fastest lap though, 1 minute 12.294 that time around. To the right at Spitfires, the left at Debeni, then up to the crossing. Mark Taylor away and clear. O'Rourke still second. Here's a fight in Division 2. This is for third place. Brad Smith, Craig Evans, and a quieter race today for Jock Borthwick in the number 32. There's Ryan Smith. You can see the bodywork damage to the Freightliner body shell on a Daimler chassis. Very impressive looking truck, but has had a bit of a chunk bitten out of its front end there. I think he clipped the back of John Newell going into Brooklands a couple of laps ago. He's in 6th position. How are his lap times comparing at the moment with everybody else? He's a few tenths of a second off those around him. See it again here. Yes, there's the bodywork name flying. He just clipped John Newell's bumper there. Battle for second heads down into Hatchett's hairpin. The lead now is up to over 6 seconds. Meanwhile, further back, Stuart Oliver has just done the fastest lap of the race, 1 minute 12.236. So the number 7 Volvo in 8th place. Taylor from O'Rourke. There's Powell in 3rd place. Dave Jenkins has now got Ryan Smith, his deadly rival, on his tail. They've had a big rivalry for several years, those two. Here come the Division 2 leaders. Just caught a glimpse of Luke Garrett, and now here's Ryan Smith. There could be more bodywork going flying there. He clips David Jenkins' bumper as they come round the right-hander. He's right on his bumper, literally there, out of Brooklands. There goes the rest of the front bumper off Ryan Smith's truck. Here he comes to the inside. He's going to go up the inside into 4th place as they come through Carter's Curve. Ryan Smith makes up another place. David Jenkins just hasn't got the top end speed this weekend, sadly. Jock Borthwick ahead of John Powell. You can see there the bodywork from Ryan Smith's truck on the outside of the exit of Brooklands. So Borthwick's now ahead of John Powell. They're battling for 5th in Division 2. We've lost Simon Faulkner. He's pulled into the pits, incidentally, number 92. We thought he had a problem. There goes the second place fights. A convoy of trucks here at Convoy Cymru for second place, but Mark Taylor must be wondering where everybody else has got to. He's over 6 seconds clear. Still with the fastest lap is Stuart Oliver, back in 8th place, but he's stuck at the back of this column trying to chase past the number 89 of Simon Reed. Next group headed by Ricky Collett, ahead of Michael Oliver, Bradley Smith and Craig Reed. Here are the Division 2 leaders. Luke Garrett leads by 1 3/4 seconds ahead of John Bowler. He's having a good run. Brad Smith under pressure from Craig Evans. Now closing up are Borthwick, John Powell, finally Adam Bints. Just the one retirement, Simon Faulkner. Six and a half minutes to go. Ryan Smith is now up into 3rd place. He's got ahead of Stephen Powell in his newly lightened Freightliner. That bit of bodywork missing. John Newell on the back of David Jenkins. Could Jenkins be about to lose another spot here? Through the right-hander at the hairpin. The GT Tyres truck of Stuart Oliver on the tail of Simon Reed. Jenkins actually pulls away a little bit there ahead of John Newell. Ryan Smith has just done the fastest lap, 1 minute 11.391. Second quicker than Stuart Oliver's previous fastest lap, and he's going for second place here, Ryan Smith. Now, how long is left? Oh, and problems there for Craig Evans. He goes off. That's at the hairpin. He slid wide onto the grass, loses a couple of places. Now, how long's left? 5.5 minutes. So if Ryan Smith can get past Tom O'Rourke here for second place, but Tom is a very defensive driver. Can Ryan Smith catch race leader Mark Taylor if he gets through into second place? Will he run out of time? 4th place Stephen Powell, then it's Jenkins in 5th. John Newell 6th. Here comes Smith, he pulls out down the straights. Surely he's going to draw past the Scotsman here for second place, Tom O'Rourke. Up the inside towards Hatchett's hairpin. He gets past him before the hairpin, well before speed of that Daimler truck up into second place. O'Rourke will try to fight back as John Newell runs a little bit wide there on the hairpin. Here's a battle further back, number 6 of John Powell and the 5 of Adam Bint there towards the tail of the field. Craig Evans now behind them after that off at the hairpin last time around. Stephen Powell now under fire from David Jenkins. That's the fight for 4th position. John Newell has dropped back. He's lost a couple of spots there, in fact, with number 18. So he's made a mistake somewhere. We saw him run wide at the hairpin, but he's dropped a couple of places. We're going to see a replay here. Are we going to see what happened to John Newell? Yes, he ran wide out of the hairpin there. Saved it through there. Oh, Ricky Collett's had a spin as well. That's forced Craig Reed to go wide onto the grass. Ricky Collett rejoining towards the back of the Division 1 pack. Here's our second place fight. You can see Ryan Smith pulling away from this group now. His last lap was over a second quicker than Mark Taylor. I reckon he could catch the race leader here. We've got just over 3.5 minutes to go. Plenty of action everywhere. Here's another replay. A spin there for Simon Reed as well. It's all happening in the midfield. So the 89 has had a spin as well. He's gone down to 12th place. Here's a scrap in Division 2. Adam Bint's got ahead of John Powell. That's for 17th overall and 5th in Division 2. So we've got battles going on all the way down the order. Craig Evans, I should say, closing back on them as well after his off a couple of laps back. 3 minutes of the race to go. And here's our 2 spinners from earlier on, Ricky Collett and Simon Reed. And they've got the Division 2 leader, Luke Garrett, behind them. He's dropped John Bowler slightly. He's 2.8 seconds clear of Bowler. Brad Smith still 3rd in Division 2. Still Mark Taylor who leads overall, the number 81, who's led from the start. But Ryan Smith is closing. He's just done another fastest lap of the race, 1:11.089. 10 laps completed. 4 seconds in it now for the lead. Is Ryan Smith going to catch our race leader? He's got 2.5 minutes to do so. So there'll be a couple more laps in this race. They're lapping over a second difference. I reckon Ryan Smith will catch up to the back of Mark Taylor, but I don't think he's going to get past him. I think he'll run out of time. We'll wait and see. Luke Garrett is safe at the front in Division 2, looking for win number 2 of the weekend. There is Flying Ryan. Now, let's see if he can catch Mark Taylor. There you can see the gap. 2 minutes to go. He's got the hammer down, Flying Ryan. Mark Taylor's going to have to watch his mirrors here. There'll be 2 laps to go this time for Mark Taylor, looking for his first win of the season. Ricky Collett under fire from Simon Reed, recovering from their spins earlier on. Plenty of action in this first British Truck Racing Championship race of the day. 2 more to come later on. Luke Garrett still ahead of John Bowler. John will be very pleased with 2nd in Division 2, his best result of the year so far. Just got a couple of laps to negotiate. David Jenkins, he's lost that bit of bodywork off the front of the truck now, still behind Stephen Powell in 5th place though. In a safe 3rd at the moment is Tom O'Rourke. The gap is down to 2.5 seconds now. 1:10.884 for Ryan Smith. He is really pushing here, but can he catch Mark Taylor? The number 81 continues to lead. The Taylor's haulage truck from Sutton in Ashfield. Ryan Smith from Mansfield. So fairly local rivals, these two. Of course, Mark started off as a sponsor for Ryan's team before moving up to race against him. And you can see he's got him in his sights now. I reckon it's going to be a last spin lunge from Ryan Smith to try and take the win. They're coming up to start the final lap this time. Is Ryan Smith's unbeaten run this weekend going to continue, or is it going to be a first win of the season for Mark Taylor? A slide out of Honda curve there for the number 1 of Flying Ryan Smith, and he really is flying here. That lap time was a 1:11.0, a couple of tenths off Ryan's best, but he's right with him now as they head into Hatchett's hairpin. Tom O'Rourke is still 3rd. Catching is one thing, getting past is another, as they say. Can Ryan Smith do it? Can he complete a hat-trick of wins? We're used to dominance from Ryan Smith. He wasn't as dominant at Brands Hatch. We had 4 different winners at the season opener. It's between Taylor and Smith. Here they come up towards Senna, the right-hander, then on to Brooklands. And Ryan Smith is ready to attack now. He goes to the outside into Brooklands. Is he going to try and cut back on the exit? Taylor's having none of it, keeps the inside line. It's going to be a sprint through the final 2 corners up towards Carter. Smith going for the inside. Here he goes. Up alongside as they head towards Carter's curve. He's alongside the MAN. Up the inside comes Ryan Smith. They're absolutely together as they head towards Honda Curve for the final time. Ryan Smith up the inside. Mark Taylor has run wide. Smith, he's going to do it. He's up the inside out of Honda Curve for the final time. And from 8th on the grid, Ryan Smith comes through to snatch victory on the last bend. Brilliant drive by Ryan Smith, the champion. 2nd for Mark Taylor. And 3rd is going to go to the poleman Tom O'Rourke. Stephen Powell 4th, David Jenkins 5th. Stuart Oliver coming through for 6th place, perhaps benefiting from a couple of spins for others. 7th is going to be John Newell, a quieter race for him. 8th is Michael Oliver, his first finish of the weekend. Meanwhile, in Division 2, it's going to be Luke Garrett for win number 2 this weekend. Took the lead from Jock Borthwick on the last lap of race 2 yesterday. No problem this time for Luke Garrett, leading all the way in Division 2, finishing behind Simon Reed and Rick Collett after their spins. 2nd in Division 2, well done John Bowler. He's very pleased that his best result of the season so far, justifying his team's efforts to get past him. And Adam Bintz got ahead of Jock Borthwick. The Volvo in the top 3, brilliant. Borthwick down to 4th, Craig Evans 5th after a spin at Hatchett's hairpin. And John Powell's had problems again. He's slowed up just as he did in race 2 yesterday. We'll try and find out from Parc Ferme what the problem is for John Powell. He was leading the Division 2 points after Brands Hatch. He won't be now. And we'll confirm the results very shortly. What a cracking race to open the day here at Pembrey. And that's why Ryan Smith is a 6-time champion. Brilliant effort to catch Mark Taylor. I thought he was going to run out of time there to catch the MAN, but it did come down to a last bend lunge from Ryan Smith, and he wins by less than half a second. Pause for breath before we give the results to you. Ryan Smith the winner by less than half a second from Mark Taylor, and Tom O'Rourke finishes in 3rd place. Stephen Powell in 4th. David Jenkins back in 5th position. Stuck in traffic for most of that one. Stuart Oliver coming through for 6th ahead of rather subdued John Newell. Michael Oliver gets his first finish of the weekend in 8th. Bradley Smith and Craig Reed completing the top 10. Simon Reed and Ricky Collett both had spins. They finish 11th and 12th, while Luke Garrett takes the win in Division 2 in 13th overall. John Bowler an excellent 2nd, and well done Adam Bint coming through for 3rd place after a few gremlins with the Volvo yesterday. Behind him was Jock Borthwick having to settle for 4th in Division 2 this time. Craig Evans was next after an off at the hairpin, and then Brad Smith, and finally the rather hobbled truck of John Powell completing the finishers. We lost Simon Faulkner into the pits on lap 5. I think now we can head down to Parc Ferme, where our man on the ground is ready to talk to some of the drivers. So in a few seconds it will be over to Pointy.
Well, good morning. What a fantastic race we've just had here in Parc Ferme now. Ryan Smith, again, first driver back as well as first driver to cross the line. First of all, we'll get you, sir. What a fantastic performance we just saw there. Coming from reverse grid, back of the pack, to passing the front runner for the entire race on the last lap.
I tell you, I know I've been in that race, so my communication went down and I didn't realise how long was left, so I thought, listen, fans have paid a lot of money to be here and watch us, and I thought, listen, let's have a go, and yeah, it come good. A couple of trucks was trying to slow me down in the corner, so I lost my front bumper because it was like really slow in the turn, but no, people pay money, we put on a show, and you know, we're part of the entertainment and we're headlining the act here, so full credit to everyone else, full credit to Mark Taylor. Everybody was clean, everybody was fair. Got to get used to that nose on the bonnet a little bit more, because sometimes I go for a move and touch somebody's back bumper, so
you do get to the back a little bit quicker than before. Those extra 6 feet make a difference.
Yeah, absolutely, but no, what an event, what a start to a beautiful day here in Wales, and long may it continue. Let's go and hydrate.
Yeah, thanks Ryan, we'll see you shortly for the podium. Thank you. Well, a fantastic race. We'll go and see if we can find the rest of the drivers. We look behind us, they're all making their way slowly over. We can see just in the far distance there, Mark Taylor, who we need to speak to definitely, because what an incredible effort he put on that entire race. Let's walk and talk. So reverse gridman, he started at the beginning, but to hold that position, Mark, how are we, sir? Absolutely fantastic race. Sorry about that last lap, but my goodness, you had such a huge gap the entire race.
I know, we were had a good start, and once you get that good start, you can have a good race, can't you? So you just knew Ryan were going to come and catch you at some point.
Well, I mean, you held him off. I'll tell you, if it had finished one lap earlier, you'd have definitely had that. But you must be happy with that second place podium finish.
Oh, definitely. It's a brilliant start for a Sunday, isn't it?
Certainly puts a spring in your step.
It does, doesn't it, eh?
Well, well done to you. Thank you very much for joining us, Mark. We'll get you some trophies sorted out shortly. Speak to you again soon. Thank you. Let's go and speak to Adam Bin, shall we? He's down there, is he? Right, let's go this way. We can find Adam Bin, who doing very well, being completely off the circuit yesterday, and he's been having a lot of technical difficulties over the last few races, so it's quite good that he's come back. Just goes to show the amount of effort that the team put in. Now, this is the difficult part of the job, ladies and gentlemen, when you're trying to find the drivers. Luckily, I've got you and my personal assistant. If we can find him, that'll be fantastic. Now we've lost Ewan now as well. He's gone to get a bottle of water. Right, fantastic. Of course he has. Hydration is important, especially with the temperatures in these trucks. Another fantastic, beautifully sunny day today here at Pembrey. I don't think anybody coming this weekend could expect that we were going to get such fantastic weather. Now, that does bring its own set of challenges, of course. The tyres start to get hotter, the brakes obviously heat up a lot more, the air is a little less dense. Ah, here he is! Shake my hand, sir. Fantastic, well done you, how'd you feel?
Exhausted, but excited, the adrenaline's pumping now. We had an issue with a water tap for the water brakes, so that's why I had to start from the pit lane, so I had to get into the pits, get them to make sure it will somehow close it off and then get back out. We managed to get up to third place. I could see Brad and Jock falling over each other when I got to him, so I thought I'd just back off for 2 laps, and the door just opened when they was battling to nick up the inside round Honda, so
yeah,
managed to get third place.
To be honest, from the sidelines, we watched that race from the pits, and it looked a little bit loose at the first couple of laps. We're like, oh, blimey, Binty, what you doing, mate? And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, there he goes.
Yeah, it was a bit of angry driving, just trying to get I needed to get everything heated up quickly to then close the gap onto John Powell first. So it was just not what I wanted to do really, but
well,
the tyres was definitely suffering from the abuse.
Yes,
towards
it's
the
definitely
end.
got the result you deserve, though. That's the main thing. I mean, you've been having some technical troubles, haven't you, the last few races? I've not been here a weekend without seeing your truck on the floor in pieces.
No, if we don't have any luck at all, it wouldn't. You know, it's bad luck all the time. But we had a turbo blow up yesterday, and we managed to do the race yesterday afternoon. But where it's a different turbo, we needed to program the ECU to it, and obviously we had no data to go with. So I sat down last night and altered it a bit. So we were good to go.